Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome over here to the Dascar Phillips Cup Series season number 9 2017 here on Ziggo Sports. We are here back again at Columbia. Ladies and gentlemen, South America, it is the Columbia Carrera de Principal, which will be the sprint race at this racetrack. 7.5% single points, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we're gonna get to the introduction with some new stuff, but yeah, some updates as well. But first off, let's go to starting race. And with that, we continue with our introduction. Of course, first I will have to say, well, it's been a while since we've done a race for a full week. Normally, we don't have like a full week where we don't do races. The thing was, I wanted to do this race earlier, but well, didn't really have time. I had a very busy weekend. I have a new phone, which is pretty cool, Samsung Galaxy S6. So I had to work on that and update it and get it ready for use. Also had a lot of dancing shows this weekend, and I was staying with my girlfriend, so I didn't really have, let's say, any time to do races or anything. So that is probably going to be the same for the next few weeks due to school. I will still have 4 more weeks of school, including test week. And a couple of other very busy projects I will have to work on, and probably maybe some retakes, hopefully not, but maybe some retakes of the test. So I will be occupied at least till the 30th of June, and otherwise, if I do have retakes, it will be the 6th or 7th of July. So after that, I will be free till the end of July, and then I will be going on vacation for 2 weeks, and I will be back again around the 14th of August, and then I will be back till the end of August. So at least that's sort of the bad news. The good news is that we have some very exciting things to come up, and for that, please keep an eye out on the Dascar Facebook page, because the announcements for everything is going to be on there. So keep an eye out on the Facebook page, and well, be ready for some exciting new stuff. Also, something I do want to say, weather over here in the Netherlands is absolutely terrible. It's code yellow actually, with heavy storm of heavy rain now, and also a little bit of thunderstorms in the area. So for now it's fine, and probably it will be fine, but if the thunderstorms do get worse, I may have to take a short break, because I don't want to break everything down over here. So I will have to get down and save everything for now, and I will be back later, but that will be fine, I think. So let's focus on the previous race. Of course, it's race number 17 here at Columbia. Race number 16 was the Bristol Dirt Race, or in other words, the Mud Summer Classic. It was a classic of a race as well. 100 laps, so a long race. At least many cautions. That's also something which was not on the best bright side, but it was a crazy race. We had a lot of passing, and I really loved how it eventually played out. So another great new racetrack. This time we moved to an old racetrack, of course, Columbia, which has been in the Phillips Cup Series ever since previous season. So At least some drivers are on a good streak. For instance, Joseph Ernesto, he of course won the race before that, the Irwindale main race, and then he continued with another top 5 finish at Bristol Dirt. At Irwindale Sprint, he finished in the he finished in 12th position. So Joseph Ernesto doing great. However, not everybody's doing great, of course. Well, Keith Black is not another driver. A little bit too early. Keith Black is another driver who was also happy with the second place finish. So doing great. Joseph Ernesto, by the way, finishing 4th position in the previous race. Of course, due to penalties of 2 drivers that we'll get in a few. Well, we'll get to that now. Of course, 2 drivers had penalties. Joshua Chicoli in 19 in the 43 car of Benny Johnson. Due to causing crashes, and they are still on watch list for this race, but they're not the only ones, because the other ones are on the course, Zachary Fitzwater, Henrietta Fitzwater, Tommy Turbo, as well as number 06 I should say, indeed, of William Brock, 48 Martin Suarez, and then 27 of Jane Pinter. Those drivers are on the watch list. They will have to be a little bit more careful in this race. No token used for that race, so there will be a few tokens in this race and the main race as well. But drivers who weren't that happy after the previous race were John Cittadino. Pretty obvious, because only one of his 3 cars made the show, and eventually he crashed out pretty soon, finishing not better than 27th. So a tough weekend it was for John Cittadino's racing team, and pretty much for Jane Pinter as well. One driver didn't make it to the main race, and the other drivers, the best finisher I think was the number 9 of Chris Gomez, who finished in 15th. Jane Pinter himself finished in 29th, so not a good result for his team. So we'll see if they can turn it around. Of course, there were some other drivers who were happy and other drivers who were not so happy with the results. So we'll see how this race will play out. First off, let's go to the point standings and then to some other stuff. So the point standings have shaken up quite a bit after the previous race. We now have a new points leader, and that's for the first time since I don't know when, since a long time. Aidan Thomas in number 2 car is now your points leader. Only 5 points though over Pre McShane, of course. Previous race was a double points race, so points leader Philip Goldberg didn't really perform very well. Therefore, he is now 6th in points. 13 points is Denise Steinauer with the victory. And then 4th is Anna Gregg. 5th is Daniel Voiles with 2 victories now, pretty much locked in the chase. 6th is, as said, Philip Goldberg. Chris Gomez with 2 victories is in 7th. Tommy Turbo is in 8th. Sander Kors is in 9th position, also pretty surprising. And Chris Dodd with, the second driver of the team, in 10th points with a victory. Another drivers who have a victory are Debbie Myers, Max Anderson, who are in 11th, 12th. 14th, Giancarlo Robles. 15th, Robert Goldberg. 19th, Joseph Nesto, 23rd, Jane Pinter, and 27th, Prudence Littlejohn. So Prudence Littlejohn will have to do everything she can to stay in the top 30. So we'll see if she will be able to do that, of course. Plenty of races still left, so we will get some more victors probably, most likely, as after this, of course. This is race number 17, and after race number 29, we will start the chase. So, also quite important. What I mentioned a few moments ago was those victors, and what is of course is also up with those drivers who have a victory. Of course, this is race number 17, but in about 2 races after race number 18, we will get the All-Star race running. And of course, the All-Star race pretty much is. I will explain you a little bit, or I will explain in detail how it will work in a couple of weeks when we get to that. Will be a showdown, which will be named the Open, just like now in the Monster Energy Cup Series, and there will be an All-Star race. The showdown will have 3 races of 10 laps. Winners move on to the All-Star race, and the All-Star race will have 3 segments of 20 laps and 1 segment of 10 laps, most likely. 1 backup car for everybody, and that means that if you wreck out twice, you're out of the deal. Drivers who are currently in the All-Star race, where there are 15 in total, and when are you eligible? If you have won a race after the All-Star race from season number 8 Phillips Cup Series up until now, and of course that is up until the All-Star race which will be in 2 races. So there will be 2 more drivers added to this if there is no second victor. So drivers who are in the All-Star race already are Betty Johnson, Aiden Thomas, both for victories from last season, Robert Goldberg for 2 victories, Henrietta Fitzwater also for a victory from last season, Debbie Myers for 2 victories, Giancarlo Robles with 2 victories, Bruce Littlejohn with 2 victories, Nicole Trenowich with a victory from last season, Max Anderson, the rookie, Chris Gomez with 2 victories, Denise Steinhauer, Jane Pinter, Chris Dodd, the rookie, Daniel Voiles with 2 victories this season alone, and of course Joseph Ernesto with his one and only victory he got at Irwindale, and he already he saw the video today and was very happy with his victory. He couldn't believe it, so it's great to see his reaction. Other drivers who would be eligible if they were in this race, I'm not going to mention, of course, the All-Star race winners from previous seasons, but none of them are currently in the Phillips Cup Series, so they will not be eligible, or they will not race in the All-Star race. And past Phillips Cup Series champions, the only Phillips Cup Series champion who is still racing is Nicole Trenowich, and of course she also has a victory. So there will be 15 drivers, and if we get 2 more new victors, there will be 17 drivers in the All-Star race, plus then of course the 3 winners of the Open, plus the fan vote. And the fan vote video will be uploaded after the main race over at Columbia. So that was one file. The other file we have to go through is the X-Kits, which I always call the drivers who have not commented yet. Of course, we do have the comment rule, and I will tell you who has not commented yet, either once or twice. Anthony Lopez has not commented at all yet. Aiden Thomas has commented once, so he will have to comment one more time to be clear for the rest of the season. Nathan Ormond has not commented yet at all. Chris Dodd and Tommy Turbo both have to comment one more time. Martin Suarez hasn't commented at all, and Grayson Acavito has not commented at all. And the surprising thing is, the 4 drivers who have not commented at all are all new drivers who entered after comment deadline number 2. So, yeah, okay. One driver is on the list to be replacement driver, and that is Tord Larson, who will be moving up from the Dascar Regional Pro Cup Series to the Phillips Cup Series when the next comment deadline strikes, which will be after race number 25. So, once again, just to make sure, just to make it clear, if you are on this list, please remember to comment either 1 time or 2 times, depending on how many times you still have to comment. If you are not one of the mentioned drivers, you are clear with commenting till the end of the season, so you don't have to comment anymore this whole season. So, isn't that fantastic? That was it for the comment deadline. So Dascar Regional Pro Cup Series and the KLM Series will be back sometime later. I'm not 100% sure when it will be. I think it will be at Delaware, but I'm not too sure about it. So at least they will not be back at Columbia. So now I can bring my laptop away, put it here, and that means we can get this race started. Oh, actually, I think I forgot to mention one thing, and that is who has used a token or D token. Well, surprisingly, there are only 2 drivers who have used a token or D token. Token used by Denise Steinhauer, so +5 for her, and D token used by Debbie Myers, so -5 for her. 2 new paint schemes. One of them is for Robert Goldberg. He's driving the blue M&M Crispy. That's the wrong camera angle. So indeed, the blue M&M Crispy for Robert Goldberg, as announced previous race. And Angel Navarro is driving his brand new car with red instead of blue. So looking pretty cool. And that was it for the introduction. So if I forgot something, we'll hear it later, or at least in the main race. So. And we're waiting. Attention, I probably have to do this. Stupid. Why did I do this? Why did I have to do this?
Start your engine!
Well, at least we can get this for one time. Kind of stupid though. When I started this race, I didn't have to do anything. I couldn't even press drive, and now suddenly I have to do it to get this race started. Well, doesn't really make sense. Just like Max Anderson already passing the pace car. So, at least we got over here Columbia Superspeedway. I'm not sure if I even mentioned that, but it is of course a Superspeedway, the third Superspeedway of this season. We got Max Anderson on pole with on his outside the number 9 car of Chris Gomez. This is going to be a short race, 15 laps around Columbia Superspeedway, but it's going to be a wild one. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. Let's get green flag racing for race number 18 of the 17 of the Phillips Cup Series. "42 drivers once again in the field." So of course, previous race we didn't have full field. Now we do have. So hard racing already. Max Anderson, the 83 car, is still in the lead. The 9 car has fallen back a little bit. Sean Angel in his number 72 car goes to the inside. A little bit more of a road course racer, but well, it seems like on super speedways he's all pretty good. Just like, for instance, AJ Allmendinger and some other drivers. We got 4 wide in mid-pack, around 10th position. That is not going to end very well. 4 wide is not possible on this racetrack, and the 9 car gets dumped up in the wall. For some reason, they still keep it clean, but not for very, very long. We have survived 1 lap. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. How, I don't know, but it was very close. 24 cars now taking over the lead as we got some more 4 wide racing, and now we got cars going around, and we got a big crash. Exit of turn number 2. Oh well, there we got the big one, and Sean Angel who goes up in the air. Driver who has had just, oh man, oh my goodness, Anna Greg also on her roof. Sean Angel on his roof. 38 car is out. And this happened actually up front. We saw, by the way, the 45 car also involved, second in points it is. And my goodness, the new M&M Crispy car of Robert Goldberg all mangled up. There's Nathan Norman in the 15. The 2 car points leader, Aiden Thomas, also involved. So many drivers involved in this deal. And well, to be honest, wow, my goodness, even Max Anderson has a lot of damage to this number 83 car, so who's the leader? That's the question, to be honest. I had not, well, it wasn't really that big of a surprise that this would happen now, but it was quite a big incident, bigger than I would have thought, so at least it seems like 24 car of Giancarlo Robles is your leader, with his non-teammate in the 48 car right behind him. Well, that's the first. So Martin Suarez, and that of course that's the first, I mean, with the 24 and the 48 car not being teammates in the Cup Series. So, well, anyways, Giancarlo Robles in the 24 car is your leader. We got big one, number 1, and maybe the last one as well on the backstretch. Let's take a look at the replays in detail. What happened over here? So, oh, I'm recording, okay, that's cool. So apparently something went wrong over here with the 8 car of Ray Takeda and the number 19 car of Joshua Ciccatelli. Of course, Ray Takeda is probably, or if I'm correct, is going to stop after the All-Star race. So that means that this will be her last full race weekend in the Phillips Cup Series. And well, this is not really a good way to start it. Gets turned around by the 19 car, and of course 19 car already got a penalty in the previous race. That means that we'll have, well, Dascar stewards will take a look at this. Maybe the 32 car also had some involvement, I'm not 100% sure, but at least the 19 and the 8 car made contact now. That will turn both of them on the apron, and the 8 car survives. However, the 19 car comes up the racetrack, takes out Chris Dodd, takes out the 38, takes out the 18, and this is a big one. Wow, man, 2 cars going up in the air, 38, well, 3 cars maybe even. Now, of course, the point is, these guys sort of miss it. They're the 45 car, well, as soon as the 83 and the 18 car go down, everything just goes wrong for everybody behind there. So, there goes the 72 car of Sean Angel. Keep a close eye on him, as he's going to fly probably when the 91 car hits him on in the side. No, it's the 15 car of Nathan Ormond who hits him. Right there, and that will flip the 72 car up in the air. Sean Angel going through the air, flipping over. Wow, watch that 18 car, who will probably go flying as well as soon as the 72 car hits her. So That's Anna Greg on the roof as well. Oh, this is a good camera angle. There we go. So we got 2 cars flipping over in this deal. And how many flips did we have? We had 19 flips in total. So now we got 21 flips in this season. So, well, welcome to Columbia. Good grief. We got 2 cars flipping over already and many more mangled up. So, Sean Angel pretty much, I think he got the worst from the flipping. So we're gonna get another camera angle over here. See. Oh, that was a hard one. That was a very hard hit from the 15 car who absolutely flew in there. So, oh man. Sean Angel is out. The Coltranovic held up. Sees her teammate right in front of her, also on her roof. So, let's see. Well, this was a pretty cool camera angle as well. We'll get to this one in a slow-mo. So, pretty much, there was already a gap behind these guys simply because of some incidents before, but I'm not sure if any of these guys made it through. Well, the 09 car did, I know that. So, there's a crash happening right in front of these guys. There we go. And there's, at this point, they chose the bottom, but pretty much nowhere to go. 0 car also gets a piece of it. Debbie Myers goes around. 45 car goes around, but the 0 car does continue his way. And everybody behind here starts piling in it. Aiden Thomas we see there. The 9 car disappears as well. And a couple of cars go on the grass. 43 car will probably hit the inside wall. And 6 car and 27 car spinning around as well. There's the 81 of Daniel Voiles. Well, Sean Angel is flipping over. This is, man, I gotta say these super speedways have not really been very kind for Sean Angel. This is like at least the 2nd flip he has had at super speedways. In the sprint race at St. George's he also flipped over. Sprint race or main race, one of the two. To be honest, I'm not sure which one of the two. It could be the main race. Yeah, it was the main race. Sprint race he finished in 3rd. So Sean Angel indeed already 2nd flip on the super speedway. And I'm not even sure about Daytona, to be honest. No, Daytona he wasn't driving. So this is just his 3rd super speedway series race, and in 2 of them he has flipped over. So let's go on board with the 2 drivers who tumbled over. First off, Sean Angel, the Canadian, nowhere to go. And there he goes sideways, and here comes 15, and ouch. Big one for Sean Angel, and also a big one for Anna Greg, who indeed, as you saw right, was right in front of the 72 car, and pretty much she helped her tip over. So, weather by the way, weather update, still raining, not really. Yeah, Dascar stewards will take a closer look at the 19 car and the 8 car, the incident, well, at least, the incident that started everything. Now watch the 18 car, here comes the 72, oops. And then the Greg, well, I think will stay on her roof, so. A big one on the backstretch over here, and many cars involved. This is your leader, Giancarlo Robles, and we'll bring you back to the restart. And so we are back again with your leader, Giancarlo Robles. Up front, right behind him is the 48 car of Martin Suarez. In 3rd we got Ray Tackett, the number 8 car. Then in 4th we got the number 51 car of Sonic Course. In 5th we got the 52 car of Cody Smart, who didn't even start the Mud Summer Classic due to not qualifying. So great to see him up front in top 5. In 6th we got the number 06 car of William Brock, of course, run the tribute to Nicky Hayden paint scheme with the number 69 car. Now he's back in the 06 again in 6th position. John Ciudadino is currently in 7th. 8th position is number 70 of Grayson Acevedo. 9th we got Bruno Viljan in the 02 car, and in 10th is the 41 car of Keith Black. And we got, by the way, the report that the 19 car of Joshua Ciccoli has been cleared. And the reason I understand from Dascar is due to, well, okay, so it was apparently the number 8 car of Ray Takeda who came down on the 19 car, what initially brought out what caused contact between the two. So they have said that Joshua Ciccoli has crept through the eye of needle, And both the 8 and the 19 car have to be a little bit more careful. With the 19 with not driving it that close behind the person in front of him, and the 8 car with not closing the gap while somebody is already with his nose that far up on the inside of him, so, or her. So, least green flag racing again. Martin Suarez in the lead. We got 4 cars still in the race. Without the race, Tommy Turbo, Priya McShane, Nathan Ormond, Chris Gomez. Was that another car going to turn around? Almost. I'm not sure. Oh, where's the 9? I thought the 9 car... Oh, and of course the 9 car is out, so... Well, anyway, all clear. So, indeed, 9 car of Chris Gomez out. 18, Anna Gregg out. 38, Beth Black out. 72 of John C. Dino out. And 54, also that last, Robert Goldberg. So, 48 car Martin Suarez has been passed by a couple of drivers, and it's now 2 drivers of John C. Dino who are up front, with the one and only John C. Dino himself up front. So, right behind him, the 02 car of Poodle Little John goes to the inside now. Whoa, some more cars going on the apron. 70 car almost getting turned around. We are halfway through this race, so yes, it's a short race, and that's mainly due to the many caution laps we have. So, well, not really that fond of that, but... And at least the 222 car of Alexander Rose now going to the lead, and he will probably get some updated paint schemes pretty soon. He is still driving 2015 Penske paint scheme, so some new ones are, well, pretty much welcome, so we'll see about that. Maybe we can also combine some NASCAR paint schemes with this. Maybe just some colors changes and sponsors changes as well. 06 William Brock now to the lead, and there goes the 24 car once again. So pretty much that's how it's going to be the rest of the race, and hopefully with not too much wrecking. 24 car Giancarlo Robles with the 23 Victor Gonzalez right behind him. Victor Gonzalez pissed off some drivers in the Midsummer Classic, at least the qualifying races. Ooh, John C. Dino got turned around by the 09 car of John Arndt, but luckily it ended up very well, or it ended up well. At least better for the same 3 cars. He's almost going for the lead. So on the course in the 51 car is up front. And there goes the 04 car of Joshua Michaels to the outside. The 51 goes to block. Now leaves the inside open for John Cittadino, who got turned around by the person who's right behind him again. So a big cluster of cars. How many cars do we still have in this lead group? I think, ooh, at least for now we have 18 of them, I think. Oh, go! There are more cars in the wall. Can they save it? I don't know where everybody else is. Where is everybody? Okay, so the 04 car probably hit the wall. Everybody else seems fine. So luckily, no caution. Just 5 more laps to go. It is now Devin Roberts who's up front. And remember, the only driver who used the token for this race, Denise Steinhauer. We got a big crash right behind him. We got big one number 2. Oh no! Oh, okay, that's. Oh no! Don't hit that 41 car, please. Don't hit that 41. Oh boy. Well, let's go quickly to the front, because this could be the finish for the race. Where is the finish for the race? Denise Steinhauer, is she up front? Yes, she is. Wow, if this will be the finish, that will be absolutely remarkable. Why? Because for some reason, tokens don't work at all. Don't really work that well on this racetrack. It also didn't really work with the 81 car on Irwindale. But still, for some reason, the driver that used the token ends up front when it can almost, at least, could win the race for the 77 car, for the 81 car. Daniel Voiles, he actually won the race. And that was not really due to the token, that was simply due to, well, being there at the end. Luck, I don't know what it is, but we'll see how this will play out. Maybe we can get one more green flag run, and that is probably something that Denise Steiner is not really hoping for, because otherwise she will win this race. We're going to take a look at the replays, ladies and gentlemen. Big one, number 2 it is, on the turn number 2, pretty much. The same part of where it happened the previous time, so let's take a look back at the replays. Sorry. Weather update is now dry over here, so that's cool. So no rain anymore. at least the 73 car gets turned around by the 41 car, which will bring out this big one. And he will move all the way to the inside. Martin Suarez, well, actually, I think the 73 car might be alright. I'm not sure, but 41 car goes around, takes out 8, the 24, and the 06, and that's pretty much what brought out the big contact. Oh, fast on the course, barely made it through, or nearly. And barely, I should say, my goodness. There's Joshua Michaels, who got turned around by, not sure, the 24 it was, a few moments ago, and pretty much that was that was it. So it was not really that big of an incident, and it could have been a whole lot bigger, absolutely damn sure. Luckily it wasn't. So no plow driving in this deal, as there 4 cars go up in the wall, spinning around in turn number 2, miss, and pretty much miss there as well, and everybody else misses as well. So luckily not too big of an incident, so that's good news. So that means that we're probably going to go to either the finish or the 1 lap shootout for this race, but ladies and gentlemen, we'll see what will happen. Let's go to the end. Well, this is pretty much what I was afraid of, sort of, that we are not going to have any more restarts. And that will probably also mean that for the next year we're going to do something different with these super speedways. Simply because I'm not really fond of the fact that we only had like 4 or 5 green flag laps and the rest of the laps was not on the course. So we'll see what we will do with it. Maybe we're just going to have a 20% main race or just a 15% main race, so not really sure. I think 20% would be cool. So we'll see what we'll do. That will all be for next year. For now, at least, Denise Steinauer, number 77 car, is going to pick up her second victory of the season. She has many more in her career already, but that will probably mean that she will lock in the chase. So that's good news for her. So second place will be for Cody Smart. Then we got Prusdell John Arndt, also good finish for him. And also Devin Roberts. Another good finish for Alexander Rowe. Martin Suarez, the rookie, will be in 7th. 8th is Victor Gonzalez, also pretty impressive. 9th we got the number 59 car of Zachary Fitzwater. And the number 4 car is in 10th. And that could be that could be possible that he will take back the points lead. We'll take a look at the point standings in a couple of moments as well. But for now, we'll focus on the finish. It is over. Denise Steinauer in the number 77 car, who will come around and who will cross the start-finish line in first after 15 laps on the caution though. And wow, absolutely fantastic. Nice. At least Denise Steinauer will win this race. That was it. So nobody a lap down. That's cool. That's the advantage of having a caution finish over here at a super speedway. So here you can see your top 10. Not really the exciting finish we were hoping for. 33 cars finished after William Brock still retired. So a little bit of a surprise, but very unfortunate situation for him. At least we're gonna take a look at the point standings now, because that is quite shaken up quite a bit. Why? Well, as said, Aiden Thomas in the number 2 car. He did finish. That's surprising. 29th. Priya McShane in 45 car, 36th. Denise Steinauer in the 77 car. Oh, never mind about Phil Goldberg being the points leader. I had in my head that he was 30 points, but Denise Steinauer will probably take over the points lead with her victory. Then Anna Gregg in the 18 car was 4th in points. Well, 39th, not going to help her that much. Daniel Voiles in the 81 car, finishing in 18th, pretty decent for him. Philip Goldberg in the number 4 car, as said, finishing in 10th position, so that's pretty cool. And he will probably enter the top 5 again. Chris Gomez was 7th in points in the number 9 car, but he will probably drop a little bit with 38th place finish. Then we got Tommy Turbo in the number 33 car, finishing in 35th, not good for him. Some of course in the number 51 car finished eventually in 11th position, so that's good for her. She's 9th in points. That's probably the best that she's been in points for a long time. and she will probably crack the top 10 again. So, or she will definitely stay in the top 10. So, and Chris Daat in the 32 car, well, will be exciting for him. He's 10th in points, but he finished in 24, so he'll probably stay around that region. But at least he has a victory, so that's good news. So, means Denise Steinauer will be the next victor, which also means that we will at a maximum have 18 different, 16 drivers with the victory entering the All-Star race, which also means that we'll have a maximum of 20 cars in the All-Star race, so not 21. So we'll see how the next race will be. Will be either 19 or 20 cars in the All-Star race, so it wasn't the best of races, so apologies for that. I'm going to change that for sure. If we are gonna have the next Philips Cup Series season, which I'm still not 100% sure, we will definitely change those things a bit. So for now, I want to thank you very much for watching. Congratulations to Denise Steinauer for winning her third race of the season. No, second race of the season. Or was it the third race? No, it was the second. No, yeah, second race of the season. And for now, I want to thank you for watching. I will see you next time with the Dascar Philips Cup Series season number 9, 2017 on Zero Sports.